Welcome to this Task Flows Support and Sales Use Cases demonstration by Interface. I am Andy Naylor, Head of Customer Success at Interface. We are Bitrix24 Gold Partners, providing implementation, customization, training and support. Today I'm going to show you the Task Flows module within the Tasks and Projects component. We'll have a look at two use cases which will cover support and sales. So let's jump into Bitrix and take a look at our flows. So first of all, you just need to go into Tasks and Projects in the left-hand menu, and then in the top menu, click on Flows. The first use case we'll take a look at is the proposals and quotations. So what I've done is I've created a new flow and called it Proposals and Quotations. And the purpose of this flow is that all tasks that are created that are for the purpose of quoting a particular client will come into this flow. They'll get assigned to the person who deals with those quotations, and then they can reassign them to the respective employee, such as a developer that may need to have input on those quotations. So we've got the ability for all employees to have the ability to create the tasks. We've got a planned completion time, which means that the deadline will be set to 7 days when the task is created and put into this flow, which is the great time for us to ensure that we close out all of those quotation tasks. The next part is how do I want to assign the tasks that come into the flow, and I'm going to assign them to the quotation manager. So this is the person who will get assigned to every task, and that person can then assign the developer or a member of the team to have input onto that task so we can ensure that we can create that quotation. We've enabled the halfway point alert, so that would be 3.5 days. And we've also allowed the creator to approve the task once the respective employee has provided their feedback on it. We associate all the tasks that are put into this flow into the proposals and quotations workgroup. And most importantly, only the tasks using this particular template can obviously create the tasks for this particular flow. The flow administrator is my user. I'm going to get notified if there's pending tasks exceeds 10 or the number of tasks in progress exceeds 20. If I click on the save flow, then let's go ahead and create a task as an employee. So if I click on task here, then what I'll do in the top right hand corner, I'll select flow and then proposals and quotations. And what this does is it provides me with a task template, so I can put my client name in here. So Interface Limited, integration with Facebook. And then what the employee would do is fill out all of the necessary information in here. So they would provide the project title, and then they will provide the objective, the project requirements, who the stakeholders are that we're dealing with for this particular quotation, whether it's a cloud Bitrix system or an on-premise, and then all of the different information in here. And they can delete as and when. We've got a checklist. We've got the assignee who's auto-assigned based on the flow. We've got the deadline is auto-set on the deadline in the flow, and we've got it automatically assigned to the project. I am going to assign it to a client. This will be different each time we generate a task for a quotation, and then I'll just click on Add Task. What will happen then is it will get created, and you can see that it's automatically assigned it to the proposals and quotations. It's automatically set the deadline, and in here we can see all of the necessary information. Most importantly though, we'll be able to keep track of it within our flow itself. So we can currently see we've got one task in the proposals and quotations flow. It's currently pending. When that gets picked up, it will move to in progress, and we can track our efficiency inside the particular flow. So we can always ensure that we're progressing those quotation tasks. So this, we feel, is a good use case for using the flows module to ensure that we're very efficient in getting our tasks created for quotes, working on them, and then completing them and obviously quoting the client. So that's one use case. Another use case for a flow is Bitrix24 support, or if you've got a support team that you get requests from your clients and you need to create those tasks. So we would create a support flow. And inside here, we would do pretty much the same thing. We would have a different completion time based on our SLAs with our clients. So we've got 24 hours, 1 day for this particular planned completion time. But in this case, what happens is when a task goes into the flow, it goes into a queue. So if Andrew gets assigned first to the first task, Joe gets assigned to the second, Damien, Jack, and so on and so forth. So again, this is quite a good use case for a support scenario where a client raises an issue, a task can get created by any employee, they'll be using the support request task template, and it will automatically get assigned to the project. Again, we've got different notifications based on pending tasks, number of tasks in progress, and our efficiency level. So that is our support. And again, what would happen is any employee might receive a phone call. They would go in to create a task, and then they would click on the flow for our support request. You can see in here, we can rename it and say issue with logging in. Client has forgotten their password. And then in here, again, we've got checklist items in here. It's going to use the criteria in the flow itself. Click on add task. And what we'll see is that then goes into the Bitrix24 support as pending. Again, once it's picked up by a member of the team in that queue, Andrew was first, then they'll move it to in progress and they'll get it through to the completion. And again, this tracks our efficiency. What we'll also see from that flow is that it will have got created and assigned into the support department workgroup. So these flows are a fantastic way of being able to drop tasks in to a particular flow pretty easily just by selecting the flow when you create the task. That gets assigned in a way that you prefer in terms of assigning those tasks, whether manually to the workflow administrator, whether to a queue, or whether to a pool of users. They pick it up, they work on it, and they complete it, and we can measure that efficiency based on the criteria that we set in the flow. So thank you very much for watching. Please get in touch for a full demonstration, or to find out more about this and other solutions, please go to intraface.com/solutions. Thank you very much, and bye for now.